In this video, we'll guide you through the process of authenticating your domain in Brevo if it is hosted on GoDaddy. Let's start by explaining why you should authenticate your domain. When you authenticate your domain, your emails are more likely to land in your recipients' inboxes because they are signed with your domain name. It proves that they are really coming from you and not from someone trying to impersonate your business. Another important reason is that Gmail and Yahoo have recently issued some new mandatory requirements, including only sending emails from an authenticated domain. Now, let's take a quick look at how domain authentication is done. Authenticating your domain mostly requires you to copy-paste some values from Brevo to GoDaddy. These values are called Brevo code, DKIM record, and DMARC record. Once that's done, you might have to wait for up to 48 hours for the changes to take effect. Then, your domain will be authenticated. We'll guide you through the whole process step by step in the rest of this video. Before we dive in, make sure you have access to your GoDaddy account. That's our only prerequisite. Now, let's get started. In Brevo, find the account dropdown on the right side and select Senders, Domains, and Dedicated IPs. Then, go to Domains. From there, click Add a Domain. For the first step, we'll ask you to enter your domain in the field. That way, we can provide you with the right values needed to authenticate your domain. Quick reminder, your domain is the part of your email address that comes after the @ symbol. In our example, this domain is thegreenyoga.com. Once that's done, click Save this email domain. You will then see the page where the values for the Brevo code, DKIM record, and DMARC record are displayed. These values need to be added to GoDaddy and will help authenticate your domain. Now, open a new tab in your browser and log into your GoDaddy account so that we can guide you on adding these values. From the My Products page, find the domain you want to authenticate. In our example, we'll authenticate thegreenyoga.com, which is the domain we previously added to Brevo. Then, go to DNS. The next steps are easy. You just need to click Add New Record and then select TXT from the Type dropdown. For the name field, you will need to go back to Brevo and copy the content of the name field under the Brevo code. Then, paste it into the name field in GoDaddy. We will do the same thing for the value field. Go back to Brevo again and copy the content of the value field under the Brevo code. Then, paste it into the value field in GoDaddy. You can leave the TTL field as default. That's it for the Brevo code. We'll do the exact same thing for the DKIM record next. Click Add More Records and then select TXT as the type. For the name field, go back to Brevo and copy the content of the name field under the DKIM record. Then, paste it into the name field in GoDaddy. Now, for the value field, go back to Brevo again and copy the content of the value field under the DKIM record. Then, paste it into the value field in GoDaddy and leave the TTL field as default. We're done with the DKIM record. Let's redo this process one last time for the DMARC record. Click Add More Records again to add a third record. Then, select TXT for the type. For the name field, go back to Brevo and copy the content of the name field under the DMARC record. Then, paste it into the name field in GoDaddy. For the value field, go back to Brevo again and copy the content of the value field under the DMARC record. Then, paste it into the value field in GoDaddy. Leave the TTL field as default and click Save All Records. That's it. All 3 records have been added to GoDaddy. After that, there's only one small step left to do in Brevo. Go back to your account and click Authenticate this email domain to check if your domain has been successfully authenticated. Note that you might have to wait for up to 48 hours for your domain to appear as authenticated. If your domain is still not authenticated after 48 hours, make sure the values you entered in GoDaddy match the ones provided by Brevo. If you have questions, don't hesitate to check our help center on help.brevo.com or contact our support team from your Brevo account.